I'm Nikki Giant and I'm the founder of The Girl Lab. We're on a mission to redesign girlhood, changing the way that girls and young women are represented, engaged and supported. The Girl Lab are experts in girl culture, representation and girls' rights, helping professionals and organisations to engage with, support and uplift girls and young women. We're releasing a whole series of free downloadable tools on a range of topics that can help you to create a world that works for girls. We know you're super passionate about supporting girls to flourish, and yet some of the challenges they face seem insurmountable. You want to create change, but how? Well, look no further. I'm going to show you the Girl Lab's model for how we create that wide-scale change for and with girls. Change that starts from the bottom up, working at a grassroots level, and the top down, addressing the wide-scale systemic issues that contribute to the problems that individual girls face. We've got a handy fact sheet that accompanies this video, which lays out all the points for you, which you can download for free over on our website at thegirllab.org. But first things first, how do we know what needs changing? Let's take a look. So as humans, we have a tendency to focus in on the detail and to believe that the little bit that we're seeing is the sum of the whole problem. We then act quickly to solve that bit of the problem, and because that's all we've been focused on, we think it's done, until we realise it isn't. So take, for example, period poverty as an issue that affects many girls. Girls don't have access to period products. We need to provide them. While that's important, it's not the sum of the whole problem or the entire solution. Instead, we need to stand back far enough to see the problem as a whole rather than just its parts, and to be able to identify the root causes while also addressing the challenges for individual girls as they arise. Let's take a closer look. Without an awareness of both the problems and the solutions and a clear intent to guide our work, we can easily end up going round in circles. Addressing the root causes of any problem is vital. Without this, we can end up providing sticky plaster solutions, or what we call in systems thinking approaches, which is the study of systems, quick fixes that backfire. It looks like what we're doing is helping, but because we haven't stepped back far enough, our solutions can have unintended consequences. However, if we only focus on the root causes, we can get stuck in very long-term efforts that won't yield results for some time. All the while, individual girls and their communities are suffering. That's why we need a top-down approach addressing the individual and the community impact of those broader problems, such as tackling the effects of issues such as girls' poor mental health, forced marriage or period poverty. Seeing the whole picture also helps us to recognise how the layers of the problem influence one another. The root causes filter through and create systemic issues, community problems and affect individual lives. But also those individual and community-based problems add to the systemic issues and compound the root causes. Everything is interconnected. So if we return to our example of period poverty as an issue that affects many girls, we see that yes, we do need to provide products to girls who need them. That's vitally important as it's a real immediate issue that's affecting girls and their communities. But we also see that girls are feeling shame and stigma about menstruation in general. Let's have a closer look. We know that many communities don't talk about this normal part of growing up. Systemically, there's a lack of education for girls about their bodies and what's happening at puberty, and menstruation is still seen as something dirty, unhygienic, something to be hidden. It becomes an aspect of a girl's life that's private and embarrassing. The root causes of all of this are plentiful: gender stereotypes, gender roles that keep girls silent, a lack of investment in women's and girls' health, all of which come from an unequal society. Not to mention the root causes of poverty itself, as period poverty is just one aspect of a much wider problem. You can see the cyclical nature of this problem too. Girls can't afford products and feel ashamed. It further compounds the idea that menstruation is somehow wrong and problematic. Girls then are less likely to talk about it, which creates communities that shy away from being open about menstruation. This in turn makes it a hidden aspect of girls' life, and so there's even less focus on it and less education. This all serves to strengthen the root causes, and on it goes. So where should we place our efforts? At the top of the triangle, working with girls themselves, or should we go straight to the root causes and try and overhaul the ingrained beliefs, attitudes, structures and practices that that perpetuate gender inequality? Well, actually, we need to do both. The truth is, to eradicate gender inequality and to ensure girls can flourish as whole, equal human beings, we need to continue our efforts with individual girls and working at a community level, and we need to unravel and challenge the systems of inequality which create the conditions that leave girls systematically disadvantaged. This looks like unapologetic girls' work, addressing the challenges that girls are facing, improving their access to support and strengthening their inner resources, and large-scale systemic reform, addressing the underlying societal gender norms, stereotypes and behaviours that perpetuate inequality. We won't get very far if we do one without the other. We cannot sufficiently change individual girls' lives if the system is stacked against them. And if we only focus our efforts on challenging the big picture systemic problems, the effects will take too long to filter down to individual girls who will still be suffering from the fallout of the old systemic inequalities. At the Girl Lab, our work is focused on change from the outside in, so the big picture systems change, but also from the inside out, so supporting individual girls in a connection to reclaim their power and their agency. We'd love to know where you're focusing your efforts with and for girls, and if you're keen to learn more about systems change, why not check out our flagship online training programme, Redesigning Girlhood, which explores 3 pillars to creating change for girls: redefining girl culture, authentic representation of girls, and girl-led social change. Click on the link below to check out that course and download the free fact sheet that accompanies this video from our website at thegirllab.org. We hope that's inspired you to create an even bigger impact for girls. Don't forget you can get in touch if you have any questions, or if we can support your work in any way, just drop us a line. Thanks for doing your bit to redesign girlhood, and I'll see you soon.